By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to attract high value men and partners that are better for you. If you're tired of chasing men who may even at first seem amazing, but as soon as things start to get serious, they pull away. Or men who are always keeping you guessing, you're always wondering where you stand with them. Or the ones that make you do all the heavy lifting in a relationship and you're done with that. I'm so glad that you're here because I'm going to be giving you 5 tips and shifts that you can do right away to start attracting much better men, men who pursue you, men who want to commit to you and make you feel loved and adored. If you're new to my page, hello and welcome. My name is Shahza Tanda. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. And since 2017, I've helped hundreds of women to find the love of their lives, to be in happy, healthy, harmonious relationships. And if that is what you're looking for, let's dive in. The first shift is let men pursue you. Yes, this is about no more chasing men. And I'm not talking about playing games, playing hard to get, or anything like that. But you have to understand this. If you find yourself always chasing men, initiating, when it comes to calling, texting, planning all the dates, who are you going to be attracting? You're going to be attracting men who want that. They want a woman that does all the work. They want a woman that does all the heavy lifting and they can sit back and enjoy the ride. So why are we surprised that these are the guys that we end up with and we feel frustrated all the time? If we keep chasing, we're going to be attracting men who are going to be attracted to being chased. And I know you don't want that. So you have to allow them to pursue you. And when they don't, this is telling you that he's not the type of guy that wants to pursue a woman. He's the type of guy who likes to be chased. So this is telling for you to let go of the guy, because if you want to attract higher quality men, you have to let go of the ones that are not matching the things that you want. When it came to my own dating and relationship, this was hard for me because I was very used to chasing men, calling, texting, planning, doing all the things. And by the way, none of those relationships ever went anywhere. But when I started my relationship with my husband, I had learned all of this. So I started to act very differently. And guess what? Throughout our entire dating life, he always was the one to make sure that I was feeling cherished. He knew that I liked that he texted me first, that he planned the dates, that he made efforts to make me feel special, and he continued doing that. And he continues to do that to this day. So keep that in mind. If you want to be pursued, you actually have to let him do it. If you want him to chase you, you have to stop chasing him. And I use the word chase loosely, but I mean in terms of pursuing, meaning that he is making efforts to catch you, to make you feel special and want to be in a relationship with him. Now, while allowing a man to pursue you is key, it is just as important to start off your connection based on something solid, which brings us to point number 2. Start your connections based on values. A lot of times when we go on dates, we may start to share things that are a little dark from the past or the struggles that we're going through right now. And when we do that, when we are oversharing things about our childhood or things that are super stressful right now, it may feel really intense, the connection that we have, because the person may start validating you and telling you their struggles, things that were really hard for them. And you start to have this real feeling of intimacy based on unresolved pains of the past. And what starts to happen is that you feel like you found the one when you don't even know what this person's values are, and they don't know what your values are. Values are what are the most important pillars of the relationship. There's a reason that people say love is not enough. That's not enough. Love is not what's going to carry the relationship, but it is your values, your shared values, the things that matter the most for you. So take a look at what are your values. Is it integrity? Is it honesty, loyalty? Is it the spirituality, family, getting married, having kids, the type of lifestyle that you want? These are the things, finances, these are the things that matter the most. And if you don't talk about them and you dive into real deep, dark stuff right away, then, like I said, you start to have this intense connection, feeling that I found the one that really sees me and gets me and understands me. And then you, as you keep moving forward, you haven't built anything that is based on solid foundation, and that's when things come crumbling down. So I want you to, I'm not saying to hide anything. Vulnerability is important, but these are the things that you can definitely start sharing. First of all, make sure that you have resolved your trauma from the past, so you don't have the need to talk about your pain with your date. But most importantly is that let the foundation of your connection be based on shared values. And if that person doesn't share the same values as you, then you know that that is not a good partner for you, and you're not going to waste your time being with someone that at the end of the day it's not going to work with him. Now, before we move to point number 3, make sure that you've subscribed and liked this video. I upload weekly videos giving you my best tips, tools, everything when it comes to you having the best relationship possible for yourself, and I don't want you to miss out. Okay? All right. So, point number 3, in the same context of creating a really strong foundation, is to speak positively about your past relationship and see how he talks about his past relationship as well. One of the things that is so important and a red flag that a lot of us miss is when a man talks about his past relationship and starts saying things that are unkind. He shifts blame and says that everything was her fault, she was crazy, and he's so wounded and he's done with this and that. And this may seem like, oh, he's just talking about something that was hard and I'm so much better, so we're not going to have the same problems. But that's not it at all. When a man is speaking poorly of his exes, and I'm not saying that there are not women out there that they may have really done damage in the relationship, but a respectful man will always see his past partners as somebody that he had chosen. So he is not going to disrespect her and say things that are mean about her, even if things didn't end the best way. But what you want to hear is how he learned lessons, how he takes responsibility for his parts, even if things were hard. So pay attention to how he speaks about his past relationships, and definitely make sure that you do the same thing. Do not go on to your day talking poorly about how men mistreated you and how good men are hard to find. That is not the foundation that you want to lay out there. That's not it at all. Make sure that you also go into your new date, having learned the lessons that you were supposed to learn, that you don't come off as being blaming and you were a victim to this story, but you actually are a woman that looks at her as her experiences as things that were valuable to her and made her better. This is going to be amazing for you to have resolved and learned, and also looking out for it. I have had so many clients that they overlooked this, and later on they had the same exact experience, that he called her crazy just like he called her his ex crazy, and all these very not nice things that we don't want to go through. So make sure that you speak positively about your past. I'm not saying you have to praise your exes, but the way that you like being treated and the things that you learned, and also see how accountable he is. That is going to ensure you to end up with a man that is responsible and accountable, and that is so fundamental in a healthy relationship. Okay, now that we're setting the foundation, let's talk about a quality that high value men look for in a woman. And that is point number 4, being able to receive. Very much similar to point number 1, when we talked about letting a man pursue you, you also have to be willing to letting a man give to you. Why? Because men fall in love with women that are able to receive from them, not the other way around. This is a mistake that I always used to make in all my past relationships. I thought the more I gave to my man, the more valuable I became to him. The more I tried to impress him, but what I could provide for him, the things that I could shower him with gifts, thoughtful gifts, all that stuff, to prove to him how much value I add to his life, the more men dragged their feet and they did not even reciprocate. Forget about giving me more and giving me the things that I wanted in a relationship. It actually killed off attraction. They did not want to commit to me. And this was something that I had to learn. I had to heal my relationship with receiving, because somehow I was taught that it is better to give than to receive. And I'm not against giving at all. Being generous women, being women that can give to who needs it, all of that is really beautiful. But when it comes to the dynamic of wanting to attract a high value man that is a suitable partner for you, is your ability to be able to receive from him. High quality men want to provide, and they want to end up with a woman that wants to receive. So if you're willing to receive, that means that you don't overgive. And you also weed out the kind of guys that they are expecting you to give to them. You're going to get rid of the guys that they don't like it when a woman is allowing the man to give to her instead of immediately giving back, giving back, giving back, and sometimes over giving. So letting him give to you, being able to receive it with gratitude, it's recognition, and that's what they're also looking for. They want to be recognized. They want you to recognize the efforts that they're putting in, what they're giving you, by you showing your appreciation. But it's really important to not compete, not try to outgive him, and be able to receive with joy, knowing that that's what a high quality man feels the most attracted to in a woman, when she's able to receive without any guilt, and she can smile and say thank you and really receive it and appreciate it with all of her heart. Finally, we are at tip number 5, which is the game changer. And this is to stay open to all possibilities. I know when you're into a guy, when he seems like he is just perfect, he's checking all your boxes and you've just met him. And if you put all your eggs in his basket, he becomes so important to you. You haven't really gotten to know him. There hasn't been enough time for him to show you who he really is. But now you're invested in him. Now there's no other guy, it's only him. And you're very prone, we as women are very prone to start to look at him as he's God sent and ignore his red flags. And I don't want that to happen to you. It used to happen to me all the time, to my clients before they meet me all the time. And this is where they become serial monogamists in relationships that are not even exclusive, because majority of times the guy didn't even ask them to be exclusive. He's out there seeing other women, but you think that I'm just going to close all my other options and focus on this one guy and one guy only. But it doesn't work, because you get into that needy energy because you need to make it work with him. And you, like I said, you ignore red flags and you fall off your track. And I don't want that to happen to you. So keep your options open. Stay open to all possibilities. If he is not asking you out regularly, if he's not pursuing you, there is another guy that he will. And with that type of confidence, with that type of energy, you become a magnet to a man who wants to adore you, cherish you, pursue you, and ultimately commit to you. These shifts may seem simple, but they're the reason that so many of my clients have transformed, like her, and so many of my clients who are now in happy, healthy relationships. And if that is what you're looking for, you need to be applying these shifts that I've given you. And you also need to check out my offer, which is going to blow your mind. This is an offer that is going to give you access to every single program that I've ever created, that I've helped hundreds of my clients to find the love of their lives, to have communication skills that makes men drawn to them, to be in their feminine energy, that attracts masculine energy men, and relationships that keep on evolving over time. You have to check out the Masterpiece House. This is a membership month to month. You can cancel anytime, and it will give you access to a library of courses that are worth more than $4,000 if you were to buy them separately. So check it out. The link is in the description box. It's also linked to the comments, and I cannot wait to see you in the Masterpiece House.